It's Karen and here I am all up in your face again, but it's because I wanted to do a before shot of my lips. Actually, I'll do it even closer for you so that you can see them, because I'm doing my, well, obviously you'll know from the title, my before and after of lip filler treatment, and I'll talk about the experience and everything. And I thought that although everybody that's a subscriber and watches my videos regularly will know what my lips look like, it will be easier for you to remember by seeing in this video, and there might be some people that come to just watch this video, so I thought it would be useful to see what they look like. And what I'll do, I'll hopefully be able to do a video tomorrow morning. I don't know whether they'll be sore and maybe I can't put lipstick on, but if I can, I'll do the same combo that I've got on at the moment, which is the MAC Oak Lip Liner and the Rimmel Oh My Gloss Per Glossy Cat Lip Gloss. It's after work, by the way, which is why my makeup doesn't look so fresh. Makeup and hair is all a bit bedraggled, and I'm going to my appointment in, we'll be leaving in about an hour. Much to tell you at this stage, other than you may notice it more in photos, and I will try and do a photo as well. I've actually got, in fact I can't see it myself now, but I have actually got uneven lips, so the right hand side is a bit fuller than the left hand side, so I'm hoping that that can be evened up as well. But I shall zoom you in on my lips just now. Okay, so this is my lips close up. I'm not having anything done to the bottom lip at all. I'm just gonna hopefully have this one evened out to be the same size as the bottom one. that's my puppy in the hall playing with boxes. So yeah, this is what they looked like before. I shall come and tell you all about it once it's done. Okay guys, so this is me just walked in the door, and that's why I've got no eyebrows. So you can see she's wiped my eyebrows off where she's done the Botox, and wiped all my makeup off kind of here, and obviously all around my mouth and kind of my chin and whatnot. So I just wanted to quickly give you, show you what it looked like on my lip, because it just feels like I've been thumped on the top lip, to be honest. But it feels a little bit bumpy as well, even though she did massage it and whatnot. But I can't say I like it at the moment, and I think most people like it straight away, but to me it doesn't look, this is what I was expecting it to look like. I expected it to balance out my mouth. It might look better when I've got lipstick on, but at the moment it just, to me, it just looks like I've been thwapped on the top of the lip. But obviously the swelling will go down, and hopefully when the swelling goes down it might look as if I've got a bigger lip, but at the moment it doesn't. I had a 0.5 mil syringe of Juvederm Smile put in, that's what was used, and she said that anything more would probably look a bit ridiculous on me. So that's, I was always going to start off very, very slow anyway. I think it's the best way to do it if you're having any kind of procedure like this, is start off with a very small amount and see what you think. But I think there's just some people's lips that don't suit fillers, and it's something I was always curious about. And do you remember I used that Full Lips, which was really good, and it definitely made my lips bigger, but I didn't like the effect of it. So it may just be that I don't like the effect of it, that all it does is it makes the top lip bigger. That's what it looks like to me, is it's just made the top lip bigger, like go outwards. I don't know, I was trying to explain that to her. I was saying that, you know, I expected to see more of my actual lip space, whereas it doesn't look bigger, it just looks like it's got swollen on top. We'll see what it looks like when it goes down though. But anyway, that's that. Not that I'm talking about Botox today, but you can see a couple of the little holes where I had the Botox done. I had the Botox done along there. And I didn't get my consultation for my eye surgery because there was some kind of mix up there. So I'm actually having that done next week, and hopefully you won't say that I'm not suitable because the Botox has kicked in. But yeah, anyway, so this is what the lips look like. I'll give you a little close up so you can see. So do you see what I mean? That to me, they don't actually look any bigger at all. They don't look any different to me, but we shall see. When the swelling goes down, when I put some lipstick on, that kind of thing, they will maybe look different. I will talk more when I'm doing the kind of final video, which will be, I don't know, I'll maybe do another video tomorrow just telling you how it's going. I can't put any lipstick on tomorrow, but then maybe the following day I'll see how it's going, and I'll keep doing little snippets and letting you know how it's going. But at the end I'll then talk to you about how it felt and if it was painful and what exactly happened and that kind of thing. But yeah, that's it for now. So this is me, I just had it done 15 minutes. Okay guys, so this is me the morning after having it done. So you saw me last night, I think, when it had just been done, and I had they'd removed all my makeup, so it probably looked quite red, and you could see all the little pinpoints along my lip. So this is the morning after. It's only 8 o'clock in the morning. I had it done at 7 o'clock last night. So so far I don't like the result, but I think that's totally normal, because she said, you know, the swelling will take a few days to go down, and I can feel that it's completely swollen. The only thing that I'm kind of concerned about is not only looks swollen, my lip doesn't look any bigger other than the swelling, like it's gone outwards, you know. Like I expected to be able to see some lip, so to be more like that, but I can't see any. It just seems to have gone like that. But it's so hard to tell with these things until, like I said, the swelling goes down, so we shall see. But so I thought I'd tell you a bit about it just now while it's kind of fresh in my mind. I was going to leave it till the end, but I thought no, I'll talk about it just now. So, and I put my notes down so that I didn't forget to tell you anything. So what I had was, it was called Juvederm, and it's the Juvederm Smile, because I think there's several levels of Juvederm, and it was Juvederm Smile, and I had 0.5 ml syringe put in. So starting off very slow, like I said, I didn't have much put in at all. Pain wise, what they do is they put a cream all over your mouth and numb it, and that sits there for about 15 minutes, and it definitely did numb it. It definitely felt like I'd had an anaesthetic injection, so I was quite comforted by that, because that's unusual. I didn't think a cream could work so effectively, you know, and I could feel that my lips already felt massive because of the anaesthetic, you know, the way it does if you're having dental work. So that happens. She did my Botox, which, you know, like I said, I've already done a video on my Botox, but she did my Botox whilst I was waiting for this cream to settle in. Then she did my lips, and she started off by doing what she said was the definition. So it's the top bit of the lip there. So she did probably about 6 injections, and there's one there that's gone kind of black that you can't really see. I haven't put concealer on it, I just put foundation on it, so I don't think that's going to bruise as badly as I thought. I'd recently watched Sharon Farrell's video and was kind of, that was the worst case scenario, you know, so I'm pretty pleased that it hasn't bruised and I haven't needed to like use any major cover up or anything, any concealer. So she did the top, and she said that's the definition, and she said that's actually the worst bit. And I have to say, you can definitely feel it. The anaesthetic doesn't stop the feeling of the needle. And I think that, I don't know whether maybe we waited too long with the anaesthetic, because I could start to feel my lips tingling by the time she did it. And that's normally when you're getting feeling back, you know. So I think perhaps she waited a little bit too long to do the actual injections. Anyway, it was painful. It was painful to the point of like my eyes were watering, you know, and I was like, oh. But it's very, very quick. It's pretty much the same as Botox. I say the same about Botox. In my head, it's not too bad, and actually I've got a little bruise there. But by your eyes, it's a nip, you know, it's nippy. It's very painful, but very, very quickly and over very quickly. So when she'd done what she says was the definition, she said that that was the most painful part, and she sort of massaged my lips a little bit, and then she said she was doing the body of it, and so she went underneath here, so inside, sort of inside your mouth, just on the bottom half, I suppose, and they were definitely less painful. A couple of them were a bit nippy, but nothing that I couldn't handle, and it's definitely something I'd have again if we're talking about pain levels. I've definitely not been, oh my god, that was too painful, I'm never doing that again. No, not at all. It was painful, but I could definitely go through that if I liked the result. So that was that, and she did some more massaging of my lips, I'm assuming to kind of spread it around, you know, and get it in the right place, and that didn't hurt at all. I'm surprised. I thought that might have hurt, but it didn't. I was actually bleeding quite a lot in the places that she'd injected, but I did take, I'm on ibuprofen, which does mean that you bleed a little bit more and maybe bruise a little bit more. So actually, considering that, I've done really well. You know, it's really good that I don't have any bruising. And that was pretty much it. She said to me that they might swell up worse yesterday, they might swell up more today. If that's the case, to put some ice on them, but they haven't swollen up anymore. They've pretty much been like this from last night to today. I expected today to wake up and have a big fat lip, but it's no bigger or fatter than it was last night. And like I said, no more bruising. It doesn't feel any different to it did last night. When I came home and had my dinner, it did feel funny eating because it feels a little bit lumpy. I can just feel some little lumps. Particularly there where she said she thinks she nicked, it's a little bit bruised there. There's a little bit of a bruise that I can feel, and if I do that with my tongue, it does feel sore, you know. And even, oh, if I squeeze my lips together, that feels sore as well. But I think that's all just to be expected. So like I said, it was a little bit tricky to eat. When I was eating my dinner, I was very aware of my lips, you know, and then when I cleaned my teeth again, I was very aware that they feel tight and sort of a little bit sore. Obviously didn't stop me sleeping or anything, didn't really notice it. Woke up and thought, yeah, they feel exactly the same as yesterday. Little bit tricky again drinking my tea this morning, haven't had my breakfast yet, but same kind of feeling. It just feels a little bit odd because they're swollen. So that's the pain. I've told you what the name of it was. The price of it, well, I had Botox in, it was actually 2 areas. I could have had another area done, actually thinking about it, because it was 3 for 2. But I had one area, so along my brows, and then around my crow's feet. But they had a 3 for 2. I never thought of that. If I'd have thought of that, I might have asked her to put some in my necklines and see what that was like, because I'd be interested to see what that was like. I've always been a bit scared of having it done in my neck. But anyway, so I had that done, and then I had the lips done, and the total was £499, so £500 basically, which was, it was a little bit of a discount. It would have normally cost 520 because, but it was called a mini lift, having the two together, and the two, so it would normally be 215 for the 0.5 mil, but if you have more, I think there's another type. She was telling me different prices, and it was something like 275, then 300, something like that, you know. So it's between £200 and £300, I think, if you just want your lips done. So like I said, I paid £500 for the whole thing. So I was actually quite pleased with that, because I had budgeted £600. I thought it was going to be £600, and the only reason I could afford to have my lips done was because I had been saving up. I save up for my Botox, like as in I put an amount away each month, because I know that I want to have that done. But do you remember I was going to have it done at the beauty show last month? I was going to have it done somewhere else before that. So my savings had gone up, if you see what I mean, and I thought, well, I'll have my lips done. So the service at Transform, I have to say, was very good, but it was last time I went. The only thing is they got my appointment mixed up, and I didn't have my eye consultation, and I was really annoyed at that, because I was so specific when I phoned up, in that I said I want to have the consultation about the eye surgery, which is the upper blepharoplasty, before having my Botox, because the Botox, it doesn't cure the hooded eyes, otherwise I wouldn't be considering it, but it does change it. And I didn't want to, like now I'm going next week, I couldn't see a surgeon last night because they had got that muddled up, like I said, and I could have just left the whole thing, but I've waited long enough. I wanted the Botox, I wanted to have my lips, and I got myself all psyched up for it, you know what I mean? And I was there, so I said, I'm just gonna have it done. But it means that when I see the surgeon next week, he might say, you've not got enough loose skin, because if the Botox lifts my eyebrows enough, I wouldn't be able to pull it down like that and show that there's enough loose skin there, if you see what I mean. And it takes, the reason that you can't see the Botox just now is because it takes a few weeks to sink in. But apart from that, they were absolutely lovely about it, and I don't think that was their problem there. I think it was like a call centre problem. But the receptionist was lovely. She made me a cup of tea. She was chatting to me about lip fillers. The girl Claire that did the procedure was lovely. She was telling me everything she was doing. You know, it was really, really good. I definitely recommend going there. I do feel like I trust them with the procedures, especially since she was saying, you know, start off slow and build up, like don't go straight for a whole meal. And it does give you confidence when they're not saying, oh yeah, you know, go for this, go for the full whack, because you just don't know what it looks like, and it does seem sensible to start off slow. Restrictions wise, the only thing, there's more restrictions on the Botox, but like I said, I've talked about that in another video. But with my lips, she just said basically to not put any lipstick on today. I've just put a little bit of lip gloss on, and I sort of put foundation around the edges, but that's all. But she said, you know, don't be using any old lipstick, because you don't want to give it an infection where there's the little open bits. But the little pin marks, you know, the entry wounds, if you like, are on the top of my lips. So putting a little bit of lip gloss on, I think will be fine. And it's not an old lip gloss, it's a new lip gloss, you know. Just don't want to get an infection. That's the thing. The thing you're trying to avoid is getting an infection. But I don't think I'm in any danger of that. So that's really the only thing she said not to do. Not to touch them, you're not to sit and touch them, to put ice on them if they're too swollen. Kissing Kev was a little bit difficult. When I got in the car, it was kind of like gentle kisses, you know. I think a proper hard kiss on the lips would be too sore, so no kissing, no funny business. The only other thing to tell you is that it lasts for 3 months, so it's not very long at all. And I think there are ones that you can get lasting longer than that, but I didn't want anything lasting longer than that, because again, if you don't like it, it only lasts 3 months. It does just mean it's a very expensive thing to do. I suppose, yeah, it's a bit more expensive than Botox, because Botox lasts me about 6 months. Actually less and less now, but say 6 months. So that's £300 for Botox at £600 a year, whereas this you'd need to have done 4 times a year at £200 is £800 a year. So from that point of view, it's a lot. You know? Oh, something else I forgot to tell you actually, that she did put a little bit of filler here underneath my lips, and the point of that is, when I've got, when I'm not smiling, my face looks really miserable. And the amount of people when I'm just walking along the street that have said over the years, oh, cheer up, it's not that bad, you know. It's just the way that my mouth is downturned a bit. So she said, oh, we'll just put a bit of filler in there and it sort of pushes it up. I can't see if it's done that or not, I don't know. I don't think I certainly don't look happy if I don't smile, you know. If I just, my normal face, it's still a little bit downturned, but maybe it has made a little bit of difference. I'm not sure on that. Anyway, I think that's everything just now. I'm not sure whether I'll make another video, to be honest. I might just take photos because there isn't really anything else to tell you other than whether I'm pleased with the result once the swelling goes down. And I don't think I'll be displeased. I don't think I'll be upset or anything like that. You know, certainly don't regret it, but I feel like I was probably gonna see more of a result, and I'd maybe want more done next time and more on the outer parts, because I was just saying on my vlog this morning that when I used the full lips, which is just a little plastic thing that you can make to make your lips bigger, it looked exactly like this, like I'd been thumped in the lip. It just makes them swollen, and I knew that that wouldn't necessarily be the result from filler. But also it was too much in the middle, and what I wanted was a little bit more on the outer bit. But of course I didn't remember that last night. So I think if I had it done again, I would say, you know, that I don't want anything done on the middle. I want it out here, because this is the bit of my lip that is really thin. It's the outer part. And also this side is bigger than the other. But anyway, like I said, I'm not sure if I'll do another video or not. I will try to, but if not, I will stick pictures in at the end of what it looks like as I go along. And of course, you'll see me on all my other videos anyway. So if you have got any questions, then please leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. And yeah, I think that's everything. Let me give you a close-up of them just now so you can see. So this is them just now. You can see that's the little place that, in fact, it's further down actually, and you can't see the pinhole, but that's where it's most bruised. And then there's a tiny little bruise there. Let me see if I can lift my lip up so you can see. See, like that, you can see that it's definitely got more volume in it underneath, but you can't necessarily see it, you know. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like when that sort of fat lip thing has gone down. And most of you said that you thought I would love it. One person did say that it doesn't look good on anyone, so I don't know. I think it's just a personal thing, isn't it? So we shall see. If you have had your lips done, please everybody tell me about your experience. I'd love to know what everybody else's experience is. You know, if anybody else has had that same thing as me where you feel like it looks thinner afterwards, or, you know, you only started with 0.5. I don't know. I'd love to know what everybody's experiences are specifically. You know, did you have it done? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did it look unnatural? You know, that kind of thing. What would you recommend? Would you recommend going back and having another mill if it doesn't look nice? Or would that look ridiculous? That kind of thing. So, okay guys, this is the last video I'll show you because this is now a week and 2 days later. So I don't think anything's going to change. The bruising has gone. Even from inside the lip, there was quite a bad bruise sort of here. I think I might have showed you it, and that's completely gone. So it's healed very, very quickly. There's no marks on the outside of my lips anymore. Yeah, that's me all done. So I just wanted to show you the final result and tell you what I think. I'm really pleased with it. I think that it looks extremely subtle. I probably was expecting a bigger result. The weirdest thing about it is that it looks what's the word, asymmetrical or symmetrical. It looks uneven in photos. Excuse me. It looks uneven in photos. It still looks like I have more a higher right Cupid's bow, which I find really bizarre, because looking in the mirror and looking even on video, it doesn't look that pronounced. Actually, looking in there, it does a little bit, and in fact it even looks like I've got a little bit on the outer edge. But I've just put some lip liner on to really try and outline exactly where the lips were. I'm just going to put some gloss on so that you can see with gloss, because again, gloss sort of makes your lips look bigger anyway, you know, and maybe smooth that line. I'll give you a close-up in a second, but yeah, I'm really, really pleased. I'm glad I didn't have more done straight away, because you just never know, do you? And I'm glad to see what the effect is without going too far. What I'd perhaps do is have a little bit more sort of at the sides, because I still feel like right at the end here, I still feel like this bit is very, very thin. And actually, you know, I was looking this morning thinking, I don't feel like it looks any different. But I think if I looked at photos, and I might try and put a photo in here, because I did do the before photo. If I do a before and after photo, I think there will be a difference, because it's definitely a little bit more matched to my bottom lip. All of that said, I think what I might do next time, because I would definitely have it done again, I would say, I would have a little bit more. And what I would do, because I had 0.55 mil, I would probably go for the mil, and I would have a little bit put in the bottom, not to make it bigger, but where the outline was done, I feel like the lip sort of is a little bit pouty, the top lip, whereas the bottom lip wasn't and doesn't match that. So it's sort of, you know, tip it out a little bit, and I feel like it would match a bit better. So I'd have a mil, but I'd maybe say to them, you know, 70% of that put in the top lip, but put 30% maybe in the outline of the lip, something like that, and see how I got on. But yeah, it's very interesting. So I'll give you a close-up just now. So that's them close up. Like I said, it still to me looks like this right side is not, you know, the idea was to even them out, but it doesn't look quite as uneven in the video as it does in photos. But if I look in the mirror, it doesn't actually look uneven. It's very bizarre. I even tried to emphasize that left bit, you know, when I was putting the lip liner on. Let me see if I could do it a little bit more. I was using an Estee Lauder lip liner that I seem to have lost. Just so you can see the outline. And maybe it is just my user error, you know, maybe it does look. Now, I still think it looks a bit uneven, doesn't it? I don't know. Anyway, that's everything. I'd certainly have it done again. Like I said, nothing has put me off, not the pain, the result, the feeling, nothing. If I've hopefully given you enough information, but if there are any questions that you think I haven't covered, then please leave them in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them. Next will be a diary of my eye surgery if I go for it. I've talked about that on my vlog channel actually, but if I do go for it's the upper blepharoplasty to take away the loose skin that you can see when my eyes are relaxed there. If I do go for that, I will certainly be doing a diary of that. So as I said, if you have had any experiences with lip fillers, good or bad, then please do let me know, because it's really interesting to me, especially with the whole, you know, going for a mil next time. I'll still be nervous about that because it might look ridiculous. So yeah, please do feel free to share your experiences in the comments, and I'll speak to you again soon.